You're not going to throw in the towel. You're not going to throw your hands up and surrender. No, the only surrendering you're going to do is surrendering to God. Yep, you're not going to surrender to the pressure. I mean, some pressure, y'all, that we have been up under. And you know the pressure you've been up under. I know the pressure that I done been up under. Child, will cause you to do things you wouldn't normally do. Let me say that again. Will cause you to do things that you would not normally do. And we're going to rebuke that in the name of Jesus. We're going to rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But you're not going to throw in the towel. You're not going to surrender to the pressure. But you're going to surrender to God, knowing that God has already told us that, baby, even though we might have to go through the fire, but, baby, it ain't going to burn us. Baby, when we come out, we ain't going to smell like smoke, baby. We ain't going to smell like smoke. We ain't going to even be affected by the fire, baby. The flood that comes, they're not going to overtake us. They're not going to overtake us. Baby, we're going to be still standing. It's right there. It's right there. God got us. He's going to see us through. He's going to see us through. Trust God, pray. Trust God's process. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he is doing. Hang in there. Hang in there. God's going to bring you through. Baby, what I always say, you're going to make it safely to the other side. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fret. God's going to see you through this thing. The pressure is not always going to be like it is today, or the way that it was yesterday. It's just a test. When you think about Job, lost everything he had, but God restored him to have more than what he had before. No, God is going to bring you through. And that's what I was thinking about with the pressure, even before the hurricanes came. That the pressure, what I felt like was like a Job experience, because we all know what we're dealing with. We all know what we're going through. But we have to be willing to stay in the race, even when we don't understand exactly what's going on. We have to be willing to stay in the race. We have to have that greater faith to know that God ain't never failed us. He ain't never failed us, and he never will. That if I just stay the course, God is going to work it out. And the truth be told, God has already worked it out. It's just some things we got to go through it. We got to go through it to bring about change, whether it's changing us or changing some other area. We got to go through it. Because a lot of times, y'all, it bringing about change. I just come to tell somebody to hold on. To hold on. I know the pressure is great. Baby, the pressure been on. And even with these hurricanes, it has brought so much destruction. And in that destruction, it has brought about fear. But know that God got you. That God got you. What I say is lessons in the storms. It's some things that we needed to get from the storm that we wouldn't have been able to get no other way. We wouldn't have had the understanding no other way. Even for me, I said this storm, Helene, that just passed, I ain't never seen nothing like it. I ain't never experienced nothing like it. I ain't have nothing in my memory bank to even compare it to, or nothing that I have ever read to compare it to. But now that I have been through it, it's lessons to be learned. It's lessons to be learned. It taught me some lessons. It taught me about humbling myself. It taught me about being grateful for what I have. It taught me about being grateful for the small things that, you know what, we have every day, and we take them for granted because they come so easy to us. We take them for granted. It's right there. It's right there. Baby, it brought a fear in me. Yep, that a fear in me did rise up. That I know I don't want to leave here. I don't want to leave here without doing what God has told me to do, that He has already predestined for me to do. I think I said in an earlier video that at the end of the day, no, baby. And it pushes you. It pushes you. It propels you forward to get on about your Father's business and do what you know, what God has told you to do. I was talking to a friend, and I was telling her that at the end of the day, baby, it's like God saying, now see, I keep telling you, open your mouth. Open your mouth. I don't care who's standing behind you. I don't care who's standing to the left of you, who's standing to the right of you. I don't care who's standing in front of you. You say what it is that I have already put in you to say. You know what to say. Open your mouth and say it. Stop worrying about what other people got to say about what you're saying. Trust the process. But if we be honest, a lot of times we'll be like, I'll wait. I'll wait. What you waiting for? You ain't promised tomorrow. You ain't promised the next day. And that's what this hurricane just showed us. And then we got one that's coming. You better get on about your Father's business and do what He has told you to do. Get out of you what you know that He done put in you to give to the world. Get it out of you. Get it out of you. He ain't tell you to be worried about what nobody else got to think about what you doing. Ain't nobody got no hell or no heaven to put you in. Do what God has told you to do. Because a lot of people, at the end of the day, baby, they ain't going to come into agreement with what you're doing because they're going to feel about you. Whatever they feel about you, that's what they feel about you. Until it get to the other side. Until it get to the other side. And other people start to get on board with what you're doing. And when they say other people getting on board with what you're doing and what you're saying, now here they come. And they had a front row seat from the jump. Let me say that again. And they had a front row seat from the jump. That's how life is. You can't stop. You can't stop. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to keep going and do what God has told you to do. And don't hold back. And don't hold back. The same way that storm taught us. Baby, it don't hold back. Don't hold back. What you holding back for? Because what's going to be, going to be. Let me say that again. Why you holding back? Because what's going to be, baby. Know that. Know that. I know that we've been up under a lot of pressure. Almost like I think about the pressure cooker. Almost like a pressure cooker. So